And then the last one, which I would think is pretty obvious, but still important to mention, is having foods that have a lot of preservatives and are just very processed. So think Supersize Me, we just talked about that. There's so many chemicals in processed foods and preservatives that lead to cancer, that are inflammatory, that lead to disease and illness. There's been groups of parents, I think there's a whole support group club about parents that have eliminated food dyes from their children's diet. That was the only thing they changed, was they got rid of all the food dyes in their child's diet, and the child did amazingly well. I've heard so many accounts of that, because there's a lot of chemicals in those sorts of things. If you think about, well, I love using McDonald's as a culprit. We did this science project in our old practice. My stepfather, Tom Gimateo, who's also a practitioner and really wonderful, he went to McDonald's and he bought a Big Mac and a thing of French fries and a thing of chicken McNuggets, you know, like literally the poison of the century, right? And he left it in the bag for McDonald's, unrefrigerated, for 9 months.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, on the floor of his office. It was really disgusting. And every week, he would open it up, he'd put everything on a tray, and he'd walk around the office with, of course, that McDonald's smell, and he'd be wafting through the office. Like, oh, there's Tom again with a McDonald's, tray. And what was most remarkable to me was that everything on that tray was completely absent of any kind of mold. It looked exactly the same. Exactly the same. You could try this. I mean, if you really want to go through the process and reinvent the wheel, you can try it yourself. But it was amazing. There was absolutely no mold. The burger might have been a little bit smaller. I'm sure it was dehydrated a little bit, probably all the moisture left. But it looked exactly the same, and it smelled exactly the same.
Oh, my God.
It was amazing to me. And it just got me to understand that that sort of food, it's not food. It's really plastic on some levels, right? It's the sort of food that people make to have on display. That's processed food. It's not just McDonald's. McDonald's is not the only, culprit. It's any kind of processed food. And some processed foods are made healthier. They have less preservatives. They might be organic. But the reality is, if you want to get to a place of optimal health, one of the most important paradigms to adopt is to just eat natural food that doesn't come in a box. I mean, that's just, and it doesn't mean that you don't ever eat processed food. I mean, all of us travel here and there, and we have to package things. Some of us are maybe less sensitive than others. It's not about that 100% marker. But if you get to the 80 to the 90% of eating natural foods, you don't have to make them yourself, but someone's got to make them homemade for you. Whether it's, a store of some kind, a prepared section, that's a